April Fool's Day, the day you can play a trick on your kid, coworker, or partner and get away with it. It's also a day my anxiety goes up a notch. Is it true? Is it fake? One thing's real. New Day Northwest starts right now.
It's a new day.
Now, from the Virginia Mason Franciscan Health Studio at King 5 in downtown Seattle, this is New Day Northwest.
Good morning and welcome to the show, my friends. I'm Kelly Hansen. We just want to be very clear. We love an April Fool's prank around here. But my Hot Topics panel this morning is no joke. With me today, I have Nelson Lau of Nelson Eats, Molly Amber of Molly Wanders the World, and of course, my executive producer, Joseph. Good morning to you all and happy April Fool's Day.
Hello, good morning.
We're starting off strong with these interesting donuts here because Mighty O Donuts actually sent these lovely little creations over. It looks like that emoji, that poo emoji. I even put some googly eyes that they gave me. Dive in, they're actually delicious.
It really does look kind of...
I know it doesn't make me look very appetizing, which is the point, but it's really chocolatey, really doughy.
All right.
I went to their Green Lake location,
Okay, yum.
and I ate the entire thing in the car while I was coming to get these for you guys. So I know you guys are diving in. Have you seen any other funny pranks today? What do we think about the donuts? Give me all your hot takes.
I haven't seen any pranks, surprisingly.
I know.
Maybe it's too early in the day.
Yeah, it's been quiet today.
First of all, I love these Mighty Donuts ideas. They always do like a one-off. I think March they did green, so they did matcha donuts. And then for this week, they're going to release Pride Donuts starting Saturday. So I think it's really cool.
Yeah. Very interesting. Are you going to prank anyone today? Are you a prankster, Nelson?
Oh my gosh, I used to prank people in the office.
You did?
Yeah, one of the ones I used to do that was, some people liked it, some people didn't. I would hide Scotch tape underneath people's mouse infrared sensors, and so when they turned on their computers, they called IT. So everybody around my cubicle would call IT and just like, it's like my computer's not turning on. I can't use my mouse.
They just need to look at the calendar and realize it's April 1st, y'all.
So I'd put like a sticky note underneath that says April Fools, and they would not like me at all.
You're one of those. You're one of those.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I just feel like with the amount of misinformation that we have these days, it's maybe not as trendy to be.
Maybe that's
people.
why it's not like on.
I feel like that's a party pooper answer, but
True.
yeah.
I think you're right.
Well, then I guess we should just move on then. Did any of you guys see a mysterious floating black ring over downtown Seattle this weekend? That's what it was looking like, and people were like, is it a UFO? What is this black smoke ring?
But I would be freaked out if I saw that.
Yeah, same.
It was kind of near Lumen Field, and it ended up coming out that that's what it was from. Lumen Field was having a big like motocross event, and from some of like, they had like these flames and fire that comes out when the motocross drivers come. So it was
intense.
potentially, yes, it was very intense. But that does look freaky if you look up in the sky and see something like that, and you're like, are we okay? Did you notice it at all or see this at all on X or any of the social media?
I definitely saw it on social.
I saw it on social media. This reminds me of a couple months ago. Remember in New Jersey there was like mysterious drones in New Jersey.
Yes.
This is our West Coast Seattle version of the mysterious drones.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And speaking of this month and all, well, I guess it's now April, but March Madness is continuing because the Final Four are happening. How's everyone's bracket doing? I think this is so exciting that this is like one of the first years, right, that all number 1 seeds made it to the Final Four.
Crazy, actually.
Right? Yeah.
I'm sad because Gonzaga was an 8 seed this year, and that's my school. And they were out in the second round.
Wait, are you Zach?
I am.
Oh, I am too.
You are?
Yes.
Oh, no,
Yes.
what? We have to talk about
2011.
that. Okay, nice. We'll have to chat about
Kelly and I are Huskies, right? Are we?
No, well, my dad and my brother, but I am a Husky, so I'm going to own it. I'm going to go Dogs, always. But you love this, right? You have a bracket every year?
So, like Molly said, number 1 seeds for the second time in tournament history.
Okay, it was the second time.
My friend runs a March Madness bracket, and my dad and I, we always fill out one to compete, and we actually both picked all 4 number 1 seeds.
What? Really?
Yeah, it rarely happens. It rarely happens, and so we're excited because we're still in it.
Well,
The
you're not-
fact that it's not
Who's your number one?
busted, that's
Who's my number one?
Yeah.
I have Florida.
Oh,
and my
okay,
dad has
interesting.
Duke. So
Okay.
so it's bragging rights right now in our family.
well, you're not the only one who picked all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
and this is
I know, I'm a bad kid. But this is the first time I've ever filled out a bracket ever.
the first time.
so,
Beginner's luck.
Obviously,
what?
I had no idea what I was doing, so I just was like, I'm going to follow whoever the higher seed is for every single one. So obviously, I ended up with 4 number ones, and I picked Duke to win. So we'll see if.
This usually doesn't happen though. Like
No.
there's
Yeah.
always all the
An
crazy
upset.
stories.
There's always an upset, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
Cinderellas are the best.
Yeah.
Like teams that
I
don't know
know.
they're supposed to be there.
I'm winning my
Absolutely.
family bracket right now.
The bragging rights.
We'll see if I can bring home the trophy at the end. But-
Okay, we'll have to report back how everyone's doing. This next one really caught my attention, you guys. I don't know if you've seen the Peacock show Married at First Sight is casting for a Seattle show. This is what I saw on Instagram. Would any of you guys go on a show like this? So, like, if you don't know the premise, you literally walk down the aisle. So imagine like your dad or whoever walking you down the aisle, and the first time you meet the person is at the altar. You're like, "Hi, John, nice to meet you," and you're getting married and you're starting this. It's matchmakers that are actually like doing this process that you're supposed to trust the process. But the whole thing kind of freaks me out. And then in some ways, I kind of want to go to the casting
Oh my
call.
God.
And, like, I don't want to get like, because I don't think I could go through with it. My dad would be like, "No, I'm not walking you down the
I feel like
aisle."
as your friend, I would be like, Kelly,
Yeah,
no.
you'd be like, what are you doing? Well, I feel like Love is Blind is already a stretch, and this is like taking it a step
No, too
further.
far,
So
too
I'm
far.
like, I don't know.
So you
about
wouldn't do
that.
this?
I don't think I would do it. I mean, maybe if I wasn't in a relationship, I would consider it, but I don't know. It kind of scares me too.
Yeah, well, just to go through the whole experience, that's just so crazy to me that you're
Oh, yes.
meeting for the first time. But
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have done arranged marriages, like in the past, like, so there's something maybe to that. I don't know. Nelson, thoughts?
I'm open to it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
No,
Yes!
I don't know how well I'm gonna do. It's like I don't know. First impressions are always very important, and
Sure.
so
Yeah, they
but
are.
then what happens 3 months later and figure that? I don't
I
know.
know.
You're
But I was
adventurous.
like,
I love
let's
this.
I
try
know.
it. But I was like, I don't know how well I'm gonna do. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but that's, I guess, part of the experiment, and sometimes it really does work well,
Yeah.
and other times it doesn't. I want to get to the last topic that we have right now, because I know
boy.
Joseph's very excited about this.
Oh, Lord.
Is there anyone that you guys would really be scrambling to get concert tickets for? You know, Taylor Swift has been notoriously difficult, and Lady Gaga's Mayhem Ball, which stops at Seattle at Climate Pledge Arena in early August, have gone on sale, and they've not also been easy to get. So Joseph actually was there yesterday. Talk about that. And if anyone has, you know, a favorite artist that you would wait in line or be, you know,
Well,
refreshing.
I'm with you, Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah, well let's just say when I got in the queue, it was like 18,000 people in front of me.
Oh my gosh.
There it is.
No.
But fortunately, my significant other was also trying, and he did get us tickets. He did.
Oh.
Wow.
Yes.
MVP.
I'm happy for you.
But I
You
just,
love Lady Gaga.
I do
too.
love Lady Gaga. I didn't even, so I thought the artist pre-sale was tomorrow, so now I'm like,
well,
oh no.
So it was City pre-sale
yeah, it was
yesterday.
City.
It's Verizon today.
Okay, okay.
There's like layers. I stress out thinking about all the ways to get tickets.
I know.
You know.
Do you have that credit card then? Like you were able to like, okay, smart.
It's my Costco
Did
card.
you get it for that? Like for Lady okay,
No, it's my
it's your
Costco
Costco
card.
card.
Yeah.
That would be great if you were like, no, I got it
Dedication.
for
But like, I
Lady
see
Gaga.
people like putting signs on their chairs at work, like "Don't bug me." I'm like getting tickets. At least I didn't go that far.
Yeah,
True.
that's fair.
Is there anyone that you would want to like wait in the queue for, artist-wise?
Yes.
Are you a Beyonce
okay,
guy?
Dude, okay. Don't judge me.
Taylor Swift.
No judgment.
When they come back, I want NSYNC tickets.
Oh, yeah.
Nelson, I'm with you on that. NSYNC is like my
Hey,
Yeah.
childhood
I like it.
I don't know.
Do you think they're even going to tour again?
I don't know. Anything can happen.
Like crossing your
Anything can
fingers.
happen.
This is not an April Fool's joke. They're coming. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you so much, you guys. And don't worry, Nelson, Molly, and producer Joseph are sticking around for more hot topics later in the show, including some more real ID confusion and country singer Morgan Wallen raising some eyebrows. Plus, lots more to go on New Day Northwest this morning, including sustainability meets style at a very unique fashion event from the stylist herself, Darcy Camden. And later in the show, we get a sneak preview of all the fashions that have come from her closet that she's helped clean out over the years. But up next, we're heading into gifting season with showers, weddings, and housewarmings. Our friends at Lucky Home have put together the cutest baskets and bowls all ready to gift, so stay with us. Welcome back. If you're on the lookout for fabulous gift ideas for weddings, birthdays, even housewarmings, our friends at Lucky Home in Issaquah have you covered, and the shopping is already done. I recently stopped by to check out the gift baskets and bowls ready to gift. We're here at Lucky Home, and it is time for gifting season, which is always the most fun. Denise, you created a basket for literally almost every single theme I can think of, and we're gonna start off strong over here. So where do you want to begin?
Well, we do baskets year-round, and we are trying to highlight some of the ones more spring-filled. But this is a birthday basket, which really fun. Have you ever seen a little piñata?
A baby piñata?
You can have each of your guests have their own little piñata. Is that the cutest
that's
thing?
Really cute.
And they come in all different shapes and items. This is actually a little birthday greeting card that has chocolate in it. I've tasted it. It's very good.
Okay. Pro tip. That's so cute. And I love all the different like containers that we're seeing here too. Is there an idea with thinking about
We
that?
like using containers that can be repurposed into other things. For example, this cute little basket we put together in the blues with a lot of kitchen items. You use as home decor on your coffee table or with some other different things in it. So I always like using something fun, unique, so you can repurpose it. This little thing is just cute. Blues are really big for this season.
Yes.
Little trinket trays, dish towels, and nice little candle for the ambiance.
Always.
And oh my gosh, these sugar cherries.
What are those?
These honey pecan ones, if you haven't ever had one.
No, I've never tried that.
I'm letting her taste one afterwards.
Okay,
This is
please. I
very fun.
need a live taste test.
It's wedding season. We pulled together a little something for wedding season. You've got a cute little a frame which is engraved in there the year that you're married.
Oh, gorgeous.
Fun little glasses and
A little latte art in here, which is always fun.
Yeah.
And what's that? That's not salt and pepper shakers.
this is not. These are actually cute little sitters that light up. Just decorations on a plate if you're doing a wedding shower, making it really special, putting a few nice little items on there.
Gosh, this, like you said, it's wedding season. I have so many friends that are planning weddings right now, and that's such a thoughtful, sweet gift. Moving on to the foodie in your life.
Okay, this is fun.
This is so cool.
Well, first of all, I have to point out these Goofy Fit pretzels. They're actually made here in Washington.
Really?
And lots of different flavors. Lemon is amazing. This one happens to be
Honey mustard.
the honey mustard, yes.
Sold.
But fun books. And if you haven't had any of the Stonewall dressing, the maple bacon balsamic, I bring home 6 at a time.
No way.
Those are my
Okay,
favorites.
I need a new dressing.
So it's fun to just put a little basket together for, munching and just, fun things you can use anytime.
And again, talking about the container again, I like that this seems so perfect for like that foodie friend, which
Yes.
an actual bowl you can use,
Sounds fun
right?
to leave on your counter to gather your fruit or whatever afterwards. So
Oh, okay. Moving
And
along. Happy
Easter's-
Easter. It's coming.
Easter's coming. I think this is an adorable little Easter basket. This bowl's really cute too. It's got the little, it's all natural wood done in a whitewash with the little polka dots. It's super fun. Fun thing to put on your counter afterwards. But we just kind of went after the Easter theme. Bunnies. We sell lots of these glass eggs. Unbelievable. And these light up, which is really fun. So just something sweet to bring to someone. Great if it's even the Easter season, something great for a housewarming gift.
And I love the bunny in the middle there. Like it's not too overkill for decor, but it still gives that Easter.
Yes,
like,
flip it into the decor you already have and just Easter it up.
an elevated, luxurious
Yeah.
look. Okay, moving on. What else do we have?
A little cup and teas with some honey and always a little bit of sweets.
Have to
We
do
believe
it.
in that. And then down here, once again, just a cute little mustard. Oh, here's your Maui onion, goofy foot.
Yum.
And some little bowls, just something if you need a little housewarming gift, you've been invited over.
That would be such a good hostess gift, which is always
Exactly.
nice. Okay, and last but not least, what do we have down
This
here?
is kind of all about charcuterie. It's got some dipping things, some spreads, some of your utensils, and this has been one of our best sellers here. This is actually the second edition, so new ones, but what it is cards you can pull out. It gives you all sorts of ideas, and you can take it with you to the grocery store, and it's got all your real recipes listed right on the back.
That makes it so easy because it is overwhelming when you want to make this incredible spread.
And so
Friends
many
are
different
coming
ideas
over.
all in this one
Yeah.
little pack. And I call it, for me, it's charcuterie for the dummies.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I'm a
sure.
visual person, so I need that. There's so many cute gift ideas here. And so if someone comes in and they have an idea, you know, that they're looking for, can they just come up to one of you all and say, like, it's, you know, my husband's birthday?
Yeah, help. Yeah, and they don't even have to have a theme. We can offer different ideas, different themes, pull it all together within your price point and what you want, and any occasion.
Thank you so much. This is amazing, and I'm gonna have to look at what gift basket I need.
I'll give you a little taste of the pecans.
Please. Such fun ideas, and you might have noticed that it's a little more springy around the set too. The designers at Lucky Homes stopped by for a bit of a set refresh, and producer Susie is here to share more of the set change.
Yes. Hello. So Lisa and Diane, who are stylists and work with Denise, stopped by and did this. I mean, you see them work. They are fast.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I know. What trends are we seeing too?
So a lot of modern organic, they call it, and minimalism. That black kind of shows that, but then I like it that the black grounds everything, but then they add in the greens.
Yes.
They really kind of pop with the woods that warm things up. So you have that. It's modern, but it doesn't feel sterile, which I really like, because you can see around us all the greens that are here.
I know, which I always loved, like the little pops of color, but still that neutral look, which is amazing.
And the woods, and then even you see touches of gold that kind of really highlight things, and then even a neutral background and this embroidery that just kind of pops the pillow a little bit. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for showing us all that. Amazing. And next up, a new round of tariffs on all cars imported into the U.S. is coming soon. After the break, we'll look at how these changes could affect your next car purchase or auto repair. Car shopping could get a lot more expensive. President Trump's new tariffs on the auto industry are set to take effect tomorrow. The president announced a 25% import tax on all fully completed vehicles brought into the United States starting April 2nd. I'm joined once more by Dr. Brian Kelly, an economics professor at Seattle University. Great to see you again.
Thank you for having me on your program.
Yes.
It's wonderful to be here.
It's wonderful for you to explain all of this to us, because I know some people are feeling a little anxious with these new announcements. So the president's new auto tariffs are meant to bring more car factories back to the U.S., but how will American consumers be impacted?
It's going to take a long time for the new factories to show up in the United States. So at least for the meantime, American consumers are going to see much higher car prices.
Gosh, okay. And so how much more will we be expected to pay for like foreign-made cars?
So the tariffs are currently supposed to be at 25%. So you would expect imported prices to go up something less than 25% if the dealerships absorb part of that cost, but the dealerships are in the business of getting the best prices they can. So I would expect for foreign-made cars, we'll see price hikes that could approach the 25%.
Wow. And what about car parts too impacted?
Well, car parts are also going to be subject to the tariffs very deliberately, also 25%. And so we'll see car parts going up. In fact, we already have seen car part prices go up a great deal.
Gosh, okay, and the president has said that American-made cars won't be impacted, but isn't it true that even the cars that were built here are sometimes made with parts that are manufactured in other countries?
Two things going on. First, exactly what you said. A lot of the parts coming into the United States are manufactured in other countries. People look back on our 1980s and 1990s experience with Japanese investment, and they say, oh, protection worked. The Japanese moved some factories to the US. It took 10 years. But they forget that the Japanese continue to bring huge amounts of their parts in from Japan. Well, that's going to continue even if factories relocate. Right now, I saw an estimate that some GM cars have 50% imported parts. So one factor, yes, you're absolutely right. Domestic car prices will go up. The second thing is, why would the domestic producers and especially the dealerships not raise their prices if their competition, the foreign-made cars, are going up 25%? So we're going to see two different factors, this kind of cost push factor of the parts going up in cost, and then the competitive factor that foreign cars are going up in price, so domestic cars will too.
And this makes sense as well that like repairs, it's something to think about, that's going to go up and be more expensive, right?
Parts costs for repairs will go up, and I can speak from personal experience that that the parts will go up at least as much as the tariffs.
Oh my goodness. Okay. President Trump has also walked back on tariffs for a range of goods from Mexico and Canada, at least temporarily right now. So how is this impacting the market when you look at it?
Confusion. I think that's the main
I think that's
word.
how we're all feeling, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so he didn't walk back all the tariffs. He walked back tariffs on products produced according to the rules of the USMCA. That's the trade agreement. But that's probably 70, 80%. People really differ on what proportion. So a fair bit of stuff coming in from Mexico and Canada already is subject to the higher tariffs. So there's confusion about whether the tariffs will be going back up and also which products are currently covered and which aren't. There are all sorts of fights going on right now. People saying, my products aren't covered, mine are. If you buy a BMW made in San Luis Potosí right now, it's subject to 25% tariff because it doesn't accord with all the rules of the USMCA. So lots of confusion.
Definitely. And there's backtracking too of some kind on China's tariffs might be next, we're thinking. How is this related to TikTok at all, or is it?
I don't see much of a link there unless President Trump wants to indulge his idea of grand bargains and somehow say, we won't try to force the sale of TikTok if you do X, Y, Z, or we'll drop tariffs. But I don't see a lot of linkage. I just think that they're both part of the general chaos.
Okay. And are there any other tariff conversations on the horizon that you feel like we should know about for sure?
The big one's coming tomorrow afternoon. That's reciprocal tariffs. And this is where the administration is saying, if country X has high tariffs on us, we're going to put high tariffs on them. Now, I think maybe we discussed last time we talked that most of our trading partners don't have very high tariffs on us. So if that exercise were done honestly, it wouldn't be as important as some of these other measures. But what concerns me is there's lots and lots and lots of ways to calculate these reciprocal tariffs, and I think the administration will game the system.
Well, we so appreciate you being here. Thank you for sharing your insight with everyone and hopefully helping with some of the confusion.
Thank you for welcoming me.
Yes. And when New Day continues next, it's not your usual fashion show. Style meets sustainability at a unique fashion event happening this week to honor Earth Month. Stylist Darcy Camden brings us a sneak peek right after this.
This is New Day Northwest.
Today marks the first day of Earth Month, and to honor the commitment, W Seattle is hosting a unique fashion event called Layered, where style and sustainability collide. The event is Thursday, April 3rd, and to give us a preview is the stylist who conceived the idea and a longtime friend, of course, of New Day, Darcy Camden.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm
Welcome.
taking a break from styling the fashion show to be here this morning, and I'm so excited to give a sneak peek at some of
Oh
the
my
looks.
gosh. I know. We want to know, too, what is Layered? How did this fashion show come about?
So it's so much more than a fashion show. Like, it's this big style event. It's at W Seattle this Thursday. And think fashion meets listening party meets cool downtown cocktail party. Like, it's immersive. Rather than just models walking on like a runway and being gone in a flash, the party is actually going to happen around models wearing looks, and we'll be live styling the event throughout the evening. It's happening in 4 aesthetic chapters, and so every 20 minutes or so, like the lighting and the music and the whole vibe of the space is going to turn over into something totally fresh.
This is totally not your typical fashion show then at all.
It's going to be so fun. We came up with this idea. The W Seattle gets tons of credit for like making this happen because it's not easy and it's not cheap, and supporting, you know, the artists and everybody involved. We have like the varsity team of Seattle like artistic stylists putting this together, and it's going to be really fun. And I'm going to be like tinkering with the looks up until they, you know.
We know you will.
But right when it starts this Thursday at 7 p.m. But, and even like I'm working with things this morning. So I brought some of the looks
I know, we have a little preview that we want to get into too. You have a look from each chapter, so we want to get started. Look number 1, fresh florals.
I know, florals for spring. So groundbreaking.
Ooh.
This to me is about abundance, and it's about putting flowers with flowers. And I should really clarify that every single look in this show is clothing that I pulled out of people's closets. I have been cleaning closets for over 15 years. We're talking hundreds, if not thousands of closets, and my team like processes things really quickly. We get them into the hands of people who need them, but sometimes we find things that are really special. For example, this flower skirt, which was somebody's prom dress.
Wow.
And we have a storage unit, and we've been keeping all of these really, really cool things, and it's been fun to really bring them to life. And so this chapter for me is about pairing florals with florals, and I hope that everybody who watches the show and attends Layered leaves with a little bit of inspiration about how they might go back to their own closets and think about pairing, a flower applique, flower with flowers. I'm looking at this now. I think it could even use more flowers, because you think about like a garden, all flowers go together, and it's really like a beautiful to
and
put.
sometimes you don't think you can mix the two together, but
When
that
you have
looks
a bold
awesome.
print, you sometimes think the rest of the outfit needs to be really neutral.
Right.
And this is a little bit more about more is better.
I like that. Thank you so much. And we're going to go to look number 2 next, which is urban industrial.
Oh, so imagine like the lights are changing and now we're going more urban. W Seattle is downtown. This chapter to me is about high and low together, and not just high-end expensive with like more inexpensive pieces, although it is that, because I love like a Gucci with a Target in the same outfit.
This looks so luxurious.
And so this is about, it's also though about like dressier pieces, like a blazer or a dress coat with a like a sneaker or a comfortable thing. And you saw my friend Matthew just come out and pull the layers off. So we're going to be doing that in the show.
Cool.
There's nothing more springtime Seattle than, you start with a coat and then hopefully by the end of the month you're in like a light shirt. But we are going to be peeling the layers off from all of the models as they're performing. So I think that's a really cool thing. But when I go to closets, I see a lot of people who have like a nice suit jacket that they got for a presentation or a dress that they wear at a wedding, and I often say like, why don't you pair that with sneakers or jeans?
Cool.
And
so it's not just one time that you're wearing it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, look 3. I'm excited for this one. Dopamine explosion.
This is like colors. I think conventional like dressing is you have one bright color or one personality piece, and then the rest of the outfit is really subtle.
This skirt, I can't get over it. I love
pairing lots of bright colors together, and as a stylist, one of my tricks is like I pick my favorite color in the outfit. For me, it's this gorgeous red, and then I do more of that. So we did a red tight, there's red in the bag, and so you can kind of double up on your favorite thing, reinforce it, add to the outfit, and that part I think is really cool.
More is more. I liked when you said that earlier, and I'm like, I need to put that. That's my new slogan.
Written in my office, it's like more is better. That's one of the things we're thinking about as we're putting the layered show together, and it's just like, can we add another layer? Can we add another layer?
Oh. Thank you so much. That might be my favorite look of the day. It's so cool. Okay, look number 4, grunge.
Grunge is such a part of our DNA in Seattle, and it never has really gone out of style. And I think it's really important when you think about from a sustainability point of view, because grunge has a lot of like things that are distressed, and they might look damaged, and maybe they might be garbage to one person, but really they're like the coolest thing for another person to wear.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot of things in this chapter that were given away because they were kind of destroyed. They had a little hole or something, and we really brought them to life in this cool way. So
this is so cool. Chic.
I know. It's a good reminder to anyone who is cleaning out their closet. If they have something that they think is a little bit destroyed, maybe think about someone in their life. And I think grunge, obviously, like every age group can do it in their own cool way. And so maybe there's someone that you know who is kind of into that vibe. They're having their grunge moment, and they might want your holey jeans or your distressed jacket. And that keeps things out of landfills and keeps them the life cycle going.
Definitely. Thank you so much to all of our looks and models. And what's been the hardest part of putting a fashion show like this together? And I guess maybe the most rewarding too.
The hardest thing is the most rewarding thing, ultimately, because the show is going to be such a great coming together of multiple visions. I mean, the models, the music. We have a super talented hair and makeup artist who's going to be like working on the show too, Tiffany Colors. Everyone at W Seattle has been awesome. So the collaboration is great. It's a big team effort. It's also, for us, it's a lot of hauling clothes in and out. Like, it's very physical. And so it's a big celebration when it all comes together.
Well, we're so excited to see this come to life. Thank you for giving us a sneak peek. We really appreciate it. And again, Layered is this Thursday night starting at 7 p.m. at W Hotel in Seattle, and a few tickets are still available over on Eventbrite. And when we come back, I'm headed to the kitchen for a cooking lesson on how to perfectly sear the delicious Alaska Black Cod. Stay with us.
New Day Northwest is back, now from the Safeway Kitchen.
Welcome back. This morning we're cooking with Renee Erickson's restaurant group Sea Creatures. Their chef Bobby Palmquist joins me now with a delicious recipe using Alaska Black Cod. Welcome to New Day.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. So we're already have some things that are on the stove. So what's cooking? What's going on?
The whole dish, we're gonna do pan roasted black cod with a saffron butter sauce, and it's gonna sit on top of some melted leeks. We did the melted leeks ahead of time just because they take a little bit of time, but you and I are gonna run through the whole cooking of the
shebang.
fish.
Okay.
Straight into the butter sauce.
Delicious.
So I've got my black cod portioned here, salted the skin a little bit. I've got my pan on. I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil to get it going.
And is olive oil what you like to cook fish with generally?
Typically, yeah. This is avocado oil. You can do any sort of like high smoke point oil as well.
Nice.
So once that's in, we're gonna get
Oh, I love hearing the
side
sizzle.
down. There
Yes.
we go. And then I'm gonna take a little pat of butter as well, and then make sure that is up. And then we're gonna cover that and kind of let it roast, similar to an oven. I like to do this in the oven as well at home. You
I was
kind of
gonna
sear
say.
the skin.
Okay.
Yeah, straight in the oven. It does the same thing. This will kind of just help it, heat travel all over the place and get it going.
How long about before you want to check on that and open it? Because I feel like I can be impatient in the kitchen and
It'll probably
opening.
take like 6 or 7 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit less. Depends on how thick the fish is. That was a good sized piece, but it wasn't crazy. So we're just gonna let it do its thing. I've got my saffron butter sauce here.
Yes.
We've got white wine, lemon, and a pinch of saffron. It's gonna be reducing, which about there, 2 to 3 tablespoons, and then we're just gonna kind of stir in butter.
Ooh,
piece
it
at a
smells
time.
so good. It's so fragrant.
It is fragrant. Saffron is it's a fun, some people say it's got like a soapy flavor. I think it is really delicious. It adds a depth that not a lot of other kind of spices do. It's not spicy, but it's really simple and beautiful and elegant.
Amazing.
So
okay, and what's this technique that you're doing here? You're not chopping the butter.
We're not chopping. We're basically emulsifying the butter in here. So you kind of have to stir it in piece by piece, mixing it the entire time. So the fat will mix in with the liquid and not break and get kind of oily. So this will be like a really rich, velvety sauce at the end. And you go piece by piece so you don't introduce too much butter as you go, because if you introduce too much, you're probably going to break the sauce, and that's when that fat is going to separate.
Okay.
So once that piece is done, we just keep adding.
Then
so
you can add.
all of this in there at a time.
This so much love and work I feel like is already going in this dish. It's a workout.
It is. It's fun. I mean, you gotta stand over it a little bit. It's a little hot, but it'll be so beautiful. It'll be so beautiful.
Gosh.
And the color is gorgeous. I mean, look at how orange and pretty that is already.
That is amazing. And you said the leeks were already done, so what went into this dish here
They're essentially like slow roasted leeks with butter and a little bit of white wine. So I've cut them into little rounds, and then they just go straight on a sheet tray, and then in the oven with a little bit of white wine, salt, and butter kind of over the top. And then I cover them and let them sort of braise, essentially.
Oh.
And the butter and the white wine just makes them incredibly soft. Like, I think leeks have a tendency, or they have a lot of people feel like they can be stringy and kind of not great.
Okay,
but if you slow cook them like this for a long time, they get super soft and really, really delicious.
Oh my gosh. The amount here. I'm so excited.
Well, this recipe will it'll feed more than just
Fair enough.
Just you and I.
Fair enough. 2, any tips for people that are cooking fish and seafood at home?
You know, the biggest thing I would think, like, use more fat than you think something is going to take. I think seafood, really, butter is its friend. Olive oil is its friend. Don't skimp on it. It won't taste as good. I think that's a huge difference between people cooking at home and then going out to eat in restaurants. Restaurants use so much more kind of fat and salt than you would.
And it always tastes so much better, and you're wondering, like, why? What am I doing wrong?
It truly makes a huge difference.
Okay.
So don't be afraid. I mean, you're not spooning all of that fat directly on top of your dish as well. So I think don't be afraid of fat. It's a friend.
Amazing. And we think our fish is still doing well in its
doing
little
pretty
oven.
well.
We can, look
It
at
is.
that.
You can see how the skin, it's starting to flake a little bit like that.
Yes.
So I'm going to turn it off.
Amazing. And I
it's-
imagine fresh fish is always like so important, all the fresh ingredients to
It
use.
is. So Black Cod season just opened up in March. So really
great.
recently, which is awesome. So you can get it fresh. But these fishermen, they harvest all of this fish during the off season as well, and they freeze it. And you can buy these gorgeous frozen fillets. Buying frozen fish, I think, has a taboo around it, but it's delicious. I mean, it's the same thing as buying like frozen peas or a frozen vegetable. They're picked at like the height of its freshness, and they're just stored, and it's more than okay.
Oh my goodness.
So you can see kind of how like velvety and thick that sauce is. So
Look
we're
at
gonna
that.
Call that there.
Okay.
All
We're
right.
getting close to trying. I can feel it.
All right. So what I'm gonna do now? Take our plate over here.
Please.
And you can see.
Oh, I know. The moment of truth.
What I love about Black Cod too is it's such a.
Wow.
You see how that skin kind of really flakes off like that? It is really rich. It's got a ton of flavor to it,
Oh my gosh.
which is so delicious.
And here it comes.
Here it comes.
So much work went into this. This is great.
And look at the color of that.
Oh wow. That's
that
perfect for like
beautiful?
the summer and spring. This is like, whoa.
I think it's a very spring dish. So fresh black cod, and then the leeks are, like, people don't think of leeks as a spring dish as well, or as a spring vegetable, but it totally is because they come back. People have them overwintered. They're going to be in your garden overwintering.
Amazing.
Fresh baby leeks come on in the spring. A little bit of crunchy salt.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna dive in. Tell me about all the restaurants too at Sea Creatures as
so
well. You guys
we've-
have how many?
We've got 9 full-service places,
Oh my
and then
gosh.
4 coffee and donut shops all over the city, which is, it's wild. I've worked for Renee for quite a while now, and it's been fantastic. I've got to go through all of these restaurant openings.
Wow.
Yeah, all over town. Capitol Hill, Finney Ridge, Ballard.
A little of everything. This is fantastic. The sauce, the leeks, everything. Thank you so much
Of
for
course.
cooking with us
Of course.
today.
Thank you.
And when we come back, more hot topics, including feelings on cherry blossoms, beautiful nature, or a tourist trap. We'll weigh in right after the break. So good.
This is New Day Northwest.
Welcome back. Well, I think we've actually made it through this episode without any major April Fool's pranks being pulled on me, but I guess there is still time. My Hot Topics panel of Nelson, Molly, and producer Joseph are back with me now. And I think you all are so kind, you won't prank me towards the end, right? We'll see. We'll see.
We still got time.
There's still time. Nelson's like, no. Okay, right now is prime time for cherry blossoms and tulip fields that are starting to bloom. And while these are all beautiful, look at that. I mean, stunning. My question is, do you all just run and visit and want to take photos? Or is this something that you stay away from because it's a total tourist trap? Molly.
I'm guilty of running right toward it. I already went on Saturday. It was crazy busy. I
Really?
think it was like the first weekend of like full bloom. So everyone
You went
was
peak,
there.
like peak time.
Yes. I don't know why, but it was kind of sunny out. I was like, I feel like I have to go.
Yeah.
I get it. I always want like a cute picture of my coffee, and everyone's so happy and like out there. It feels like you're just like with the people. No, just it's like okay. Tell me your thoughts.
Thank you. First of all, allergy attack for me.
True.
Yes, they're beautiful, but for me, more like the tulip fields, like that can be like a real, like you're sitting in your car forever trying to get parking, trying to get out. I've had maybe not the best experiences doing that, but cherry blossoms, I could take it or leave it, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places now. I see a lot of people posting other alternatives. The Arboretum, if you go across the bridge from UW, there's beautiful places. There's also certain neighborhoods that have cherry blossoms.
Yeah.
So if you're
Mine has
not
a ton.
into the crowds, you can go in that way. Too.
Yeah, I have a funny tulip story too. I took my mom. I thought it would be like a really nice like day, like mom and daughter trip.
Yeah.
And I somehow went on the last day where they chop like the heads off, so they grow. That is a thing, which I didn't know that they did with the tulips. Yes. And so my mom and I ended up taking all these photos with like all these tulips with and all the like beautiful flowers are on the ground.
That's so
but we still
sad.
laugh about it.
Yeah.
It was a thought that counts, I guess. So, but neighborhood watch. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, he's one of my favorite country singers, you guys, on our next topic, Morgan Wallen. But he's raising a lot of eyebrows for a social media post that he made right after getting the SNL set this weekend. And he left the stage early, which is kind of the drama on SNL. It was a picture of his private jet with the caption, "Back to God's Country." He's raised a couple eyebrows before. He's thrown a chair off of a roof, when he was a little tipsy, apparently. SNL drama was just recently because he left the stage a little early, didn't hug everybody on the cast during the credits like everyone does. He just kind of was like, yep, I've done my job, I'm out. Keenan has kind of come out, had a few feelings on this. What do you guys think?
I mean, I love Morgan Wallen's music, but I feel like he's been a little questionable lately with stuff he's doing, so I don't know how to feel.
I know. He's raising some eyebrows for sure.
I feel like this is a little bit of both. Was he the one that got canceled from SNL previously because
and COVID
during COVID?
Because he wasn't following. They had really strict rules at that time to be in a bubble, and he was out at a lot of bars.
Oh boy!
Not really listening to that, so they ended up having to.
So I feel like it's a
cancel.
little bit of both. SNL, they booked them, and at the same time, Morgan Wallen agreed to singing there. So
True. Yeah, and maybe I've also heard from some people cut him some slack. He didn't really know that was what you were supposed to do. It was a big mistake. Like he didn't, but for me, it's like everyone's seen SNL for years.
Well, I feel like you should not throw a chair. That's like really.
Yeah, I know. You're like, I can't get over the chair. I know.
Injured people.
That could have been really
But
bad.
I will say, like, for him to say, "Get me back to God's country" or whatever, like, you know what? If he doesn't like the vibe in New York City, I understand that. That's not for everyone. So like, let him. I don't know.
Keenan said, though, "Aren't we all in God's country?" was his hot take back, and so I did think, I was like, "Woo, okay."
Well,
like,
you know what? Let them say what they're going to say.
Exactly. And he is an amazing entertainer that we cannot
What's
deny.
the song of his that you really love right now?
Just Cause.
Yeah.
It's on repeat. Just listen to it, you guys. I've listened. Oh my gosh, it's new. Yeah. Okay. I can't talk about it right now. It's just too good. It's too much. We've also talked about this next topic quite a bit, but we feel like it bears repeating because I got confused yesterday. We were talking real IDs. You have to have it by May 7th to fly in the U.S. Do you all have yours yet? Because really quick, I will say, I thought I had an enhanced driver's license because I just got mine renewed last year. I don't. We found
Kelly and I were comparing our licenses because I just got my physical real ID, and I'm like, Kelly, they're not the same.
Girlie, you do not have the same. And then I was like, okay, it's okay because I have some trips planned domestically. I have my passport. Turns out my passport expires in September.
Such bad timing.
Travel pickle.
Total pickle. But we feel like SeaTac is just going to be a mess on May 7th. Like, I can't be the only
I'm
one.
worried that there's going to be tons of people at security on May 7th who don't realize they have the wrong ID.
100%.
You know?
And realize this isn't just international, it's domestic travel.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have mine yet either.
You don't?
I have a passport though, and it doesn't expire for like 2 years.
That's
I'm like, I'll be okay for now.
You're totally fine.
I don't love the idea of bringing my passport everywhere, but it is what it is.
I know, that's what we were talking about too, is you're a little scared, like you don't want to lose that.
Right.
I have my passport and my Nexus card. So border cards allow you to get be in place of the Real ID cards too as well.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, it's just me then at the table, you guys. That's a hot mess.
But we're trying to do our PSA of.
We are.
I agree. I think there's going to be a lot of people that will not know, and when they get there on May 7th, it'll be a real shocker to them.
Right.
I know. And then you just think about, you have to eat that ticket if you plan something, for so long. Yeah, we're just trying to eliminate that chance for anyone else. I'll get my life figured out. You'll see me at your local
DOL, DMV.
DOL. And we want to get to this too because we're in the content creation space. We're talking about TikTok. President Trump says that a deal surrounding TikTok will be announced by this weekend. Do we think this is good news? Are you guys a little concerned too if it will go away again? How are we feeling?
Well,
first of all,
I know.
I hope it doesn't go away. I just re-downloaded it again, so I don't want it to go.
Yes, definitely.
I don't know how to feel at this point with all the news out there and TikTok stuff. It's been a disaster, I feel like.
Yeah, it's been a lot. I still have it on my phone too, and I know you
Same.
like. Okay, and I didn't never delete it. So good for you that you deleted it.
You deleted it.
And you re-downloaded it.
Do you post on it too?
I sometimes post on it,
Okay.
from time to
I've
time,
never
mostly on
posted on it.
Instagram.
Yeah.
But I did remember when TikTok did go down and people didn't have it on their app. There were a lot of phones on eBay selling it with the app.
Oh my God.
And they made maybe 3x or 4x as much as what their iPhone costs or their regular phone costs.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it has the TikTok app on there.
Wow.
Well, there you go. Pro tip. I don't know if it's a pro tip, but you heard it here.
There's photo editing apps too, I think, connected to it, right?
Yes.
So it's like that's
That's what's more
unfortunate
important.
that's gonna go away. Like if it does.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We are definitely keeping an eye on that.
I know.
Sorry.
We are. More TikTok news.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here. We so appreciate it. And thank you to you all for spending time with us today. You can check our website for more of our content, and you can always send us an email to share your thoughts. Don't forget to enjoy your new day, and we'll see you next time.
Some segments of New Day Northwest are paid for by these fine sponsors: